Most people think buying a home starts with finding the right house. It does not. And that one mistake can cost you thousands of dollars and months of your life. I'm going to show you exactly what to do first so you'll never end up heartbroken over a house you cannot get. 3 mistakes, real money. Let's talk about it. I get it. You're renting right now. Maybe you've been renting for years. You're tired of the rent going up every single year, tired of a landlord telling you what you can and cannot do in a place you're paying good money to live in. You got some savings put together, maybe $10,000, $15,000, and you're thinking, okay, I think I'm ready to do this. That feeling, that's real. And I want you to get there. But before you start scrolling on Zillow or calling a real estate agent, I need you to hear me on this. The biggest and most expensive mistake I've seen homebuyers make do not happen during the offer. They happen in the weeks and months before the offer. They happen in the preparation stage or the lack of it. Hi, I'm Robert. I've been helping families get into homes for years. And today I'm walking you through the 3 money prep mistakes that trip people up before they even get started, and exactly what to do instead. Okay, mistake number 1. And this one surprises people because it sounds so basic. Most buyers do not look at their credit report until they're already working with a lender. By that point, they are in the process. They've already found a house they love. They already have told their kids about the backyard. And then something pops up on the credit report that no one saw coming. An old medical bill that went to collections, a credit card that was accidentally left open, a payment that was reported late years ago. And now you're scrambling. Here is the thing. Credit problems are not all equal. Some of them take 30 days to fix. Some take 6 months. A few take longer. If you can catch a problem a year before you buy, it is almost always cheap to fix. And you have plenty of time. If you catch it during the loan process, you're either delaying the whole thing or you are paying a higher interest rate because your score was not where it needed to be. Now that's real money. Let me give you a real example of what I mean. Imagine 2 sisters. Both decide they want to buy a house. The first sister, let's call her Maya, pulls her credit report 10 months before she starts looking at homes. She finds an old bill that was sent to collections, something from a dentist visited years ago that she didn't even know about. It's $400. She pays it, it comes off her report, her score goes up. By the time she's ready to apply, her score is strong and she gets a great rate. Her sister, let's call her Dana, does not check her credit until she is already under contract on a home she loves. Same type of old bill, same $400, but now the clock is ticking. She cannot wait for her score to recover. She either has to delay the closing and risk losing the house, or she closes with a lower credit score and pays a higher interest rate. You see, on a $250,000 loan, that difference in rate can easily add up to $50 or $60 more a month. That's $720 a year. Over 30 years, you're looking at $20,000. Same $400 bill, very different outcomes. The only difference is timing. So here is what I want you to do. Pull your credit report right now. You can go to annualcreditreport.com and get a free copy from all 3 credit agencies. Look for anything that does not look right, anything you do not recognize, any accounts that are showing a balance when they should be at 0. And if something looks off, call a lender or a credit counselor and ask what it will take to fix it. Do not wait. This is the step that gives you time on your side. All right, mistake number 2. And this one honestly breaks my heart when I see it happen. House hunting without a strong pre-approval. Now, let me explain what I mean by that, because there's a difference between what a lot of people call pre-approval and what an actual pre-approval looks like. A lot of websites and apps will give you an instant estimate of what you can afford. You type in your income, answer a few questions, and it spits out a number. That is not a pre-approval. That's a guess, and it is often a generous guess. Pre-approval means a lender has actually looked at your income documents, your tax returns, your pay stubs, your bank statements, and your credit report. They have run the numbers. They know what loan amount you actually qualify for, not just what a calculator thinks you might qualify for. Here's a question I want you to sit with for a second. What would it feel like to fall in love with a house, spend a week imagining your family in it, start planning where the furniture goes, and then find out you don't actually qualify for it? That happens every single day. And it's one of the most discouraging things I have ever watched a buyer go through, because it is not just disappointing, it makes people feel like home ownership is not possible for them, when the truth is they just needed to do the work in the right order. Here's a simple way to think about it. Would you go grocery shopping with no idea what is in your bank account? You might throw a bunch of things in your cart and then have to put them back at the register when your card gets declined. That's awkward. Now imagine that happening with a house you already loved and made an offer on. A strong pre-approval protects you from that. It also protects your time. It shows sellers and real estate agents that you are a serious buyer, not just someone window shopping. In a competitive market, sellers will often accept an offer from a pre-approved buyer over someone who does not have one, even if the pre-approval offer is slightly lower. So, before you look at a single listing, call a lender. Go through the actual pre-approval process, know your real numbers, then go shopping. Okay, mistake number 3. And this one costs people money. They don't even realize they're leaving on the table. Taking the very first loan offer they get. Here is how it usually goes. You call one lender, or maybe your bank or credit union, where you have had an account for years. They give you a rate and a monthly payment. It sounds reasonable. You do not have much to compare it to. So you say, okay, let's do it. And I understand why people do that. The mortgage process feels overwhelming. You are already dealing with a million other things. You have kids, you have a job, you have a whole life happening. The idea of calling around to 2 or 3 different places and comparing numbers sounds exhausting. But I want to show you why it's worth it. Let's say you're borrowing $275,000 on a 30-year loan. Lender A offers you a rate of 7.25%. Your payment is about $1,876 a month, not counting taxes and insurance. Lender B offers you a 7% interest rate. Your payment is about $1,830 a month. That's $46 a month. It does not sound like a lot, but $46 a month is $552 a year. Over 30 years, that's $16,560 just from one phone call. Now imagine you also compared the fees, because every lender charges different fees. Some lenders charge higher fees up front and offer a lower rate. Some charge lower fees and a higher rate. There is no single right answer, but if you only talk to one lender, you have nothing to compare it to. You do not even know if it's a good deal. Here's what I tell every buyer I work with. Talk to at least 3 lenders or mortgage brokers. Get a written loan estimate from each one. That is a standard document. Every lender is required to give you one. It shows the rate, the monthly payment, and the fees in a format you can actually compare side by side. A mortgage broker, by the way, can sometimes shop multiple lenders for you at once. This is literally what we do. Instead of you calling 10 different companies, we do the shopping for you and bring you options. But whether you work with a broker or go directly to a lender yourself, do not stop at 1. 3 is the minimum. This is one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. It deserves at least an afternoon of comparison shopping. As a bonus for those of you that have stayed around, I want to dispel a few myths that I hear a lot on a lot of videos, and it's simply just bad information. Myth 1, shopping multiple lenders will hurt your credit score. I hear this constantly, but here's the truth. When you apply for a mortgage, those credit checks are called hard inquiries. But the credit scoring system is smart. It knows that smart buyers shop around. So if multiple lenders pull your credit within a 14 to 45-day window, they count it as one single inquiry, not several. Your score is protected when you shop. Myth 2, you need 20% down to buy a house. That's not true. There are loan programs designed for buyers who have 3, 5, or even 3.5% down. If you have $10,000 to $15,000 saved, you may be closer to ready than you think. The right lender will help you figure out exactly where you stand. Okay, let's pull this together. 3 mistakes, 3 fixes. Number 1, pull your credit right now. Do not wait until you're in the middle of the loan process to find out there's a problem. Catch it early when you still have time to fix it without it costing you extra. Number 2, get a real pre-approval before you look at a single house. Know your actual numbers. Shop with confidence. Protect your heart from falling in love with something that was never going to work. And number 3, do not take the first loan offer. Talk to at least 3 lenders or brokers. Get your loan estimate in writing. Compare them. That one step alone can save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. You can do this. The process is not as complicated as it feels from the outside. It just has a right order. And when you follow the right order, everything else moves smoother. If you want to talk through where you are right now and whether you're ready to start, I would love that conversation. My contact information is pinned in the top comment and the description of this video. It's just a short call. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a real conversation to figure out what your next step looks like. And if you know someone who is thinking about buying their first home, share this video with them. It might save them a lot of heartache and a lot of money. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. Check out these next 2 videos. They'll help you on your journey to becoming a homeowner. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.